Good morning, and welcome here on my working table. When I stood up this morning, I know I was going to do a video for you, but I had no clue about what I would do or what I fancied to do or wanted to do. My brain was blank, and it's not often my brain is totally blank, but it was this morning. And when I sometimes, not often, has it like this, I think I can always do a little grid journaling. So today will be about making a grid journal page. And I have a whole book here I have dedicated for this, and I can show you some of the earlier ones I have made. It doesn't acquire a lot of materials, and it is quite nice and funny to do. So that is my plan for this Monday morning's video for you, doing a grid journal. If you just have stumbled upon this channel here, my name is Lisbeth, and I'm a Danish abstract mixed media artist who likes to do all sorts of things. I like to do art journals and making books and altering books, making collages with both paper and fabric and jelly printing, and you name it. I like many different things, and at the moment I am into a big project about dogma embroidery, a big challenge that runs the whole year here. Every Thursday there is a set of rules you can follow if you want to. But today it's about paper and making a grid journal. So let us start the fun here. When you're doing so many things as I am, and especially if you're jelly printing and making collages, you get a lot of leftovers and small bits and bobs and things from doing that. And I have decided today I will go black and white and perhaps a little gold, and I don't know yet. Perhaps I will put a single red dot in all of these small collages. I don't know that yet, but that can be an option as the last thing I do. So I have gathered a little gold here and a little text and some different tissue papers, and in this plastic, what is it called? Sheet protector, I think they are called. I have a lot of small black and white things I can use. So that is the plan for today, using these materials and a glue stick and a scissor and ribbing. That is what I need for this project. But a grid journal looks like this, and here I have chosen another color scheme. Here they are a sour green yellow one, and here are some red ones, and some in burnt colors, and here's a blue one, and here's a green one. I have started to put them down here because it is easier for me to work when they are down here and to see the whole page here when I'm filming. So the thing I'm doing is I will just have to remove this here so I can be there in frame. I have a small tin plate here by 5 by 5 centimeters, and that is about 2 by 2 inches in that, around that area. But it isn't important exactly how big or small they are. You can also make them bigger or not in a square. That is totally up to you. But I just place them down and trace them, and I don't measure anything. So here I have, I hope you can see them, 16 small squares. So that is where we can start. Not to be totally overwhelmed, I have just pulled some of the papers here out of my sheet protector plastic thing, and I have also things here on my side, so I will just keep them up there. And here I have some smaller ones. Here perhaps we can start with them. So let us see how it goes. And I have an old book here I can use for gluing, and I have all these small things there. And let me see. Perhaps it is more interesting to see my papers than it is to see my glue book. So perhaps I can shuffle it a little over here instead, like this. And yeah, you can see all. And there are 16 of these small ones here. And it is always, oh, how do I start this? So to take the pressure off, I will just, and it will probably be covered up, the most of it. But then it isn't any blank creamy paper screaming at you. So you have broken the fear here of the blank paper. So let me see here what I think could look nice. I like this little piece here as it is. So I think I will just divide it in two so I can use it two different places. And just glue that piece down there. And there is no rhyme or reason for what I'm doing now. I'm just trying to get some papers glued down and take it one by one. And when I start, I am all over the place, and I know myself when I have glued a certain amount of pieces down, I try to do one finished and not be all over the place. But of course you can do it in any way you want. So. And sometimes when I have pieces with edges like that, I want to keep it. I try to find something to put under it before I glue it down, but else you can also just say that doesn't matter. Then I will glue something over it with some other funny edges. That is also an option. This is quite screaming white, this paper here, perhaps, but I could always coffee or tea dye it. Or I could put it under there and see how that looks. Or I can give it, brush it with some tea or coffee if I think that is too white. But we'll see. And now I can put this over here. Oh, I think I will let it sit. And since I have used that piece there, I want to use it another place. So some of the pieces are to be seen different places. And now the marks are going that way, then I will try to perhaps make them go that way instead. I think I will find my little cloth here so I have something to wipe my fingers in. There. And I also like this piece here. So let me see here. And now I will just take I have a smaller ruler instead of this big one here, and just see it is there, and whoosh, there it is. And then this can go down here. And let us put it another place also. Also, I think I most of the times start in one of the corners. I don't know why, but I think I do. Perhaps just a snip of it. Like this. And again, I can take my little ruler and yeah, and I will save these small pieces for later. Perhaps I just will get in need of something small, and then I can take these small pieces. Yeah, it is a little wonky there, but I don't think that matters so much there. Yeah, but I think you can see what I'm doing, so I will glue a little more and show you when I think I have done a little in all of the small squares. So I've gone a little further. One of the things you can also use when you're working black and white is the inside of some of the envelopes we get. We don't get much ordinary snail mail here in Denmark anymore. Everything is come by mail. So, but there are many different patterns in some of these envelopes. So I have used a small piece down there, so I think I will use a piece of it another place. So I'll just perhaps that is perhaps too much. So I will tear a little of it off there and put it there. I like my papers to be at least 2 or 3 places, so they look like this grid here belongs together. And there I have these with the small dots, so I think I will put a piece of that up here also. And perhaps just a long strip. Down there. And again I will just measure. Whoopsie. It is so slippery, this little ruler here, but and then I will just take a snip of it there and glue it onto the here. Like this. And even though it is such a small thing that there, I try to think as black and white are the biggest contrast you can get. So when there's something black there, really dark black, I would have some with white there and so on. So it will give some contrast. And I can see I have a bit of this piece up there, so perhaps I should. You can see here, there's a grayish one there and a white with a little bit of black there. And if I put that there, it looks too much the same. So I think I need something that is more black down here, and that would work better, this piece here, I think. And perhaps I'm lucky that it is the same size as the square. Yeah, it nearly is. I just want to cut a little of the side here. Sometimes you're lucky you find a piece that exactly fits where you need it. So how lucky can one girl get? So this is the first layer for one of these, and of course I will do more to it. Perhaps put some text or some gold or something on it, but it is 3 different values of the color, you can say, and that I think looks nice. So let us see what else we can do. Yeah, I have this piece here, and it's the same piece there and the same piece there. And what do we need up there? Again, I think I need something really black up here, like this piece here. Sometimes it is just a little bite you have to take at a time to see. Yeah, I think that is better. It isn't much paper you're using for this, and you end up with a lot of more small bits and bobs than you already had. But yeah, that is the way this is being. Then I have this piece here. Do I have it anywhere else? Yeah, there is a little piece there. So perhaps we can use it up here. And I will just keep that edge clean there. And when you have done them all, there will be some of them you really think looks very nice and you really like. And then you have the option of try to make it, for instance, in 20 by 20 centimeters and use that as the way you want to do it, because you think this looks very nice. I don't think that's for now looks particularly nice, but if I had someone I really think works well, I could always scale it up. That you can use this exercise for, but I will work a little further. So done with the first layer here, and now I have to decide what I want to do next. There are some small places where there's missing something, but perhaps I will cover them up now, or else I can give them with a black pen or something. I talked about the gold paper, and I talked about these 2 papers with writing on, and I think this doesn't work. It's too big compared to these small ones, so I just don't want to use that. Then I have this piece here with, yeah, I don't know what it is, if it's Japanese or what it is, but it's really small, so perhaps that could work, but I'll just have to cut a snip out to see. if that works. And that could, sorry, that could work because it's quite small. So perhaps some of them will get gold on and some of them will get a piece of this Chinese, Japanese, or whatever language it is. And let me see if there's a back end. Yeah, I think this is the back side. So just place a snip of it there. And this one could benefit for this here. It's a little heavier. It's from a book page I have torn out. I torn all the pages out. It was a book about glass art, and I liked the text, so I just cut that out. So perhaps that fits exactly there, and I think it does. I hope I put it upside down, or it is so small so anyone can read it, or not can read it. I had heard such a funny story. Many people use text, and many people like text with fonts or languages that they don't speak. And one artist have used something where there was some Japanese text on and put it in a collage, and it looked very nice until somebody told the person who had made it that it was an advertised for soap. And that is the risk by doing it like I am also doing it here, that somebody can read it. Yeah. It isn't really much you need here. Small pieces. Like this, and then perhaps I can use this piece another place. Perhaps up here. I think now I have more glue on my fingers than there are on my collages. But I can clean them afterwards. So, where else can we? Yeah, perhaps I should cut some of these out, so I have them handy. I think I will put one there. There. I could need a little more glue there. That's because it is a little heavier and it is a glossy paper, so my fingers are attached to it and they slide around. So yeah, I will do a little more with this and see what I can come up with. So all of them have got either some gold or some of this Japanese writing. Yeah, I think this one got 2, but yeah, it is what it is. But I think I want to give them all a small black, no, not black, but red dot. And I have just my ordinary punch thing here for my for my ring binders when I'm making holes for that, and I will just punch some holes here. And I have emptied my punch thing before I started, so I know I will only get red ones when I empty it. And ask me why I know that. Yeah, you probably can guess. I just punched some 4 and they were mixed with all the other things that was here in the reservoir. So now they are only red, the ones that are coming out there. So yeah, that looks quite nice, in fact, just drizzling them out there. But I think I want them in specific places. I want to decide where they ought to sit. So I think here I want it to be in the cross lines between these two. And here on this one, I think I want it just there. And where do I want this one? I think I want it set there. And you can see I will often place them where different papers are crossing each other or lying beside each other. That is really the smallest fingers you must use here. Perhaps it would have been easier if I had I don't know what such a thing is called, but yeah, I think I want to put it on the top of that shape there. Like that. And let me see here. Where do I want to put it? Perhaps here in the dark, or in the black area. There. And this one, oh, that is a little more difficult. Perhaps there, overlapping the gold and the other paper. But there's probably lots of other places you could have placed them. But now I have to take a decision and do it. Oops, there. There, I think perhaps I will remove some of them up here. Now they got glue all over them because I have so much glue. So I stick to everything here. Yeah, this one here. Where do I want that? Up here, perhaps, and the black. Come on, work with me. Yeah. Yeah. And here it could be Holy Moses, that is... It could be there, or it could be there. No, I think, or it could be there. Sometimes it is to follow your first intuition or your first thoughts. And you're probably sitting there, out there, all of you are saying, no, to put it there, put it there. And I don't know how many times I hit the places you think I should put them. But there. And where do I want this one? I think I want it here in the middle where all these are, the junctions are there. And then there's, no, there's this one. Oh, that must be an extra piece that just was lying there. I think I want this one in the gold there. And if you look at that one, that's a flower shape there. So it would be obvious to put it inside there. But then it even looks like a flower, and I don't think I want that. So I think I would put it here in the bow. And this one I want, yeah, where is it? Oh, there. Oh, yeah. I shouldn't have much longer nails, then it would disappear up under my nails. There. And the last one, I think, can you guess where I want to sit this one? I want it there. And the last little red dot. Where do I want that? I would put it there. Oh my, that was the most difficult thing in this whole process here. So now I will just remove all these small white red ones and put them in my bin. Yes, I will have them everywhere. So, done with this. And it was I think it got the grid here, the grid collage is a little extra with these very small red ones. I've done this once before, but just bigger, and instead of using these small one, I had some red paint, and then I dabbed my little finger in the paint and put some red marks. That is also an option. And you can always go over it if there are places you think needs a little more something. That is up to you, but I think I will let it be as it is. And I don't think I have any white spots or on paper that hasn't been covered. Perhaps up here. And you can see I haven't been so totally neat, so some of the places you can see the pencil lines, but this is just for the fun of it, and it is just for practicing and have a good time making these. So nobody else than you and me will be looking at this. So despite of not knowing what I wanted to do when I woke up this morning, I have had such nice time, a couple of hours sitting here and doing this great collage. And I hope you will give it a try yourself. If you don't have all these jelly prints papers like I have, you can use all sorts of papers. Papers you cut out from magazines or old books. So yeah, it is only your imagination who will set a stop for you. If so, use what you have and enjoy that. So if you have learned some tips and tricks and you have liked what you have seen here, please give my video a thumbs up and please consider subscribing my little Danish channel. I would appreciate it very much and I would be very thankful if you would do that. It doesn't cost you anything, but it would help my channel to grow and get more out in the world. Not that I have chosen not to earn money on my channel, so it's not because of money, but I think it is nice because it is a little tough when you're a Danish channel to spread the good news. So look at my playlist if there are other things you are interested. And for now, I will just say take care and be creative and see you soon again. Bye, 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 bye.